A 53-year-old mother of three has been confirmed dead after she was swept away by flood waters at Anglonga Suswenchi in the Oforiko municipality of the Ashanti region. The body of Akosia Dufie, a second-hand clothes dealer, was retrieved on Friday morning by a search party about 500 meters from the scene in the Suswan stream. She was almost home after closing from the market Thursday evening when the flood swept her and others away. Ohem Interior of our security desk was in the community to interact with residents.
Behind me is a food bridge that connects Angonaga and Suswenchi communities here in the Oforiko municipality. Yesterday, as the community experienced heavy downpour, we are told this particular food bridge, which was constructed under the auspices of the assembly member for this area, broke down and the flood waters swept the bridge away. Unfortunately, 3 people who were crossing the bridge, including 53-year-old second-hand clothes dealer Akosia Dufie, we are told, was swept away. But just this morning, words got to the community that the woman who could not be found yesterday, body has been located. And this has thrown the entire community into some sort of mourning. Some of the community members are not happy because they say apart from the support that they have received from the assembly member for this electoral area, they haven't received any central government or the assembly support to construct a permanent bridge. Let's speak to the assemblyman for the electoral area, Solomon Kumi, to give us some update on this. So how did this happen?
It happened yesterday evening when there was a heavy downpour. Around 5:30 there, about getting to 5:45. We experienced a heavy downpour and it was flooded. And we have not experienced that flood before because the bridge that we have constructed is high. So I wonder how the bridge was able to collapse at that particular time. It was flooded, but I don't understand the reason why they have to risk their life in order to cross the bridge by that time. Because it's level with the bridge, and a lot of people were trying to cross to the other communities. Even for them to do one at a time, I think would have helped at that time. But all of them, they decided to just walk on the bridge. I think that landed. One woman was around telling that they should stop, nobody should walk on the bridge. But some of them, they turned ear deaf on what the woman was saying, and they just walk on the bridge. That unfortunate incident has happened. I have tried all what I can, even the regional minister and those people. I have exhausted all the places that I have to even attend to, and yet still no avail. And this is the problem that we find ourselves. Right now we have lost a life. What are we going to do? We cannot bring the person back to life. Are you getting me? Our life is precious than what even we want to even do.
Okay, so at this point in time, when the food bridge has broken down, this is total collapse. How would residents in these communities survive?
Right now, it's not easy for us. It's not easy for us. Right now, I'm even crying. I'm sad. It will be very even difficult for us to cross the bridge to the other side. Students are here. They can't go to school. Business people are there. They can't also cross to this community to come and buy anything.
So how long would children continue to be at home because they can't cross the stream? This is Suswan stream to the other end of the stream. That is our problem right now. So we will decide that the schools around will try and organize some buses that will be conveying the children from the community to the other side to go and pass through so. So right now, alternatively, I don't want to tie anything right now. So the 2 weeks that automating that I have given, I have exhausted it. So we've been speaking to the assembly member for Anglonga Suswenchi, and he tells us, yes, he's giving authorities 2 weeks to fix this problem. Speak to some of the eyewitnesses who helped in this particular incident. We are told some gentlemen came to the scene and tried to support the victims of the yesterday flooding. You were here. Tell us what happened.
Tama me free juma ba me free juma mu ba no na nsu no eyile pa ba na nya nka bridge na se nti me force cross bridge nti me ti a bridge no so me say bridge na ma nti me ba other side no omo gina ro na me ka chom say omo nya abotre na bridge no like ehun nya din so ne kan nti no ehun nya din nti me gina na me ye dede say e ma obi an cross bridge na e ma obi an ebi mu force so omo cross bridge no and am say omo parents and also omo busuan for other side nti no omo force so omo cross bridge no nti gama bi din kan na ma ni di n'echi nti omudu middle no na bridge no collapse.
So what this gentleman is telling me is that he's the one we've heard, recorded a video sounding caution, alarm to those who were using this particular footbridge at the time that it was raining. He thought that the bridge was too weak to carry so many people at that point in time. He warned them not to go in groups, but unfortunately this woman and another gentleman defied his orders, and beyond that, the other people who also joined, and in the process they got stuck in the middle of the bridge. He tried as much as possible to rescue the woman. He did his best. First he managed to rescue the man, and then later, because of the weight of the woman, he couldn't save her life. From Suswechi, Alnoga, my name is Ohimi Interior.
Now, a third life has been lost to the floods in Kumasi. A 38-year-old whose name is given as Mohammed lost his life in an attempt to cross the Unwabi River at Atafua. The rushing water pulled his motorbike into the river, leading to his demise. The body was found on Thursday and buried immediately according to Islamic tradition. Nana Ojima will be joining us shortly with details and the very latest on the floods in Kumasi. Meanwhile, flooding at the newly built KJTR market and elsewhere in Kumasi destroyed property running into thousands of cities. It followed 2 hours of rain on Thursday. Nana Ojima has more in the following report.
Against 2 successive nights of heavy downpour at the KJTR market, shopkeepers made an effort to remove any remaining flood water from their stalls after the water receded. Some wares destroyed by the water are moved out, while some are salvaged. Affected traders count their loss.
Lost our clothes, materials, shoes, our hair, a lot.
I saw provisions. Some of them are completely destroyed. The oats, for instance, I have to throw everything away.
No money be for material, so they are far. They can have this be too abo, maybe be basa. Do our head the ACR, forming in a restoring.
What the car 1.2?
They make sure that we pay our bills on time. All we need is better service from them. We were moved from the central market because of incidents like these, but nothing has changed. It is the second time the market is experiencing such floods. This is the control room of the Kumasi KJTR market, and it's part of the administration block here. The whole of the block has been inundated by flood water. As you can see, some of the equipment, that's the computers they use here, had to be taken from the ground onto the tables to keep them safe from the flood waters. The environs of the market, including the central business district of Edum, also got flooded. Other areas in the city were submerged by flood, including Anloga Junction, Dagomba Line, KNUST, and Airport Roundabout. At Santase, Kokobin and Bokrum, it took hours for the rain to recede to allow flow of vehicular traffic. Officials of the National Disaster Management Organization were at the market but will not speak to the media. 3 lives have been lost to the floods in Kumasi in the past 2 months. For Joy News, Nana Ojima reporting.
Nana Ojima joins us with the latest on the floods. And Nana, bring us up to speed with the number of casualties recorded so far. We know 3 people have so far been confirmed dead.
Wednesday and Thursday have so far claimed 3 lives. That's one, the young boy who died at affordable housing estate. Today we recorded 2 more. That's one at Sobolo and the other at Atafua. That's a 37-year-old by name Mohammed who was trying to cross the Owabe River, and unfortunately he fell into the river due to the current in which the water flowed at the time. So he fell into it and died. This morning he was found and buried by the family. This evening, for about an hour, the rain has been falling at the moment it has subsided. Now, we've been through various areas in the city, but we are yet to pick any information of floods in the city. Since morning, the people in the city have been worried since the clouds started gathering early. So they were expectant of rain. But the fortunate thing is that though this rain came down early, it was not as intense as what we've been witnessing in the past few days.
How are the people who have been displaced coping?
Yesterday, when we went around, we found some NADMO officials on the ground. They have been speaking with the people and also trying to do some assessment on what's happening on the ground. Some of the people were able to salvage some of their wares or property which was affected by the floods. Some of them were able to clear their homes and also had places to spend the night. So far, the NADMO and other government agencies are yet to come to the relief of these people. We've been speaking to the NADMO coordinator in the Ashanti Region, and he explains that NADMO is still doing their assessment, and very soon they will come out with a relief package for the people. What we know is that the Regional Security Council will also be meeting on the situation and find solution to the problem. Here is Kwabena Senche speaking to us earlier on Joy News.
Not the first time this thing has been happening. In fact, Honorable Samuel Sapon's place was flooded 3 days ago. And yesterday to around 4 p.m., we had another heavy downpour. That was twice as much as what happened 3 days ago. You see, and we only have a message for them that they should leave and go and find a safe haven. Because if you listen to the weather forecasters, they are predicting very much rainfall this season. So we have been, advising a lot of people out there. We all know that Kejetia is a flood-prone area, and even at the zoo and the racecourse, all those places, it's a flood-prone area. We all know. Honorable Samuel Sapon's time as a mayor is aware. And Honorable, after him, there comes Kojobosu. I was an assembly member. I've been in as an assembly member for almost 19 to 20 years now. I'm no more an assembly member. You know, the money that we acquired to build, the market was meant for Central Market. The project was meant for Central Market.
Okay.
But it was, obvious that the money was changed because, everybody knows, every assembly member knows that, or even, the money was meant for redevelopment of Kumasi Central Market. So it was later that we found out everything has been changed to redevelop Kejetia. You see, Kejetia was in a good shape before it was demolished. So this question, the only person who can answer this question is Honorable Kojobosu. We have referred the matter to Regional Security Council for them to deal with it. It's beyond NADMO's, our capacity.